What if I told you that the way most men over 60 touch themselves is quietly damaging their erection strength, and they don't even know it? That something as routine and familiar as masturbation, when done the wrong way, can silently weaken blood flow, dull sensitivity, and even affect your prostate health? And yet, when done the right way, it can completely transform your sexual vitality in just 1 week. I'm Dr. Rena, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping older men restore natural erections, strengthen intimacy, and rebuild the confidence they thought was lost forever. And today, I'm here to tell you that your body isn't broken, it's just been misunderstood. You see, most of what we were taught about stimulation in our younger years doesn't work in our 60s and 70s. In fact, it can have the opposite effect. But when you shift how you stimulate your body, just slightly, you unlock powerful healing responses in your nerves, muscles, and blood vessels. In this video, I'll reveal 4 medically backed techniques that will help you get firmer, longer-lasting erections naturally. No pills, no shame, just the right knowledge. And in just a few minutes, I'll guide you through a simple, hands-on technique that can noticeably improve your erection strength in only 7 days. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button and turn on the bell, so you never miss a single tip designed to help you reclaim your strength, confidence, and sexual health. And if you're still with me after this opening, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're here and ready to take back control. If this isn't what you expected, type 0. Your feedback helps me make these videos better for you. Now that you're here and ready, let's start with the first technique. And it's one that most men overlook completely. It's called conscious stimulation. This isn't about rushing or chasing release. It's about slowing down, reconnecting with your body, and using stimulation as a tool to restore blood flow, awaken nerve sensitivity, and rebuild the mind-body connection that naturally fades with age. Let me show you exactly how it works. Technique 1, conscious stimulation, reconnecting the mind and body. As men, we often treat stimulation as something mechanical, just a means to an end. But at this stage in life, it's time to see it differently. Conscious stimulation is about turning off autopilot and becoming fully present with your body. It's not about chasing climax, it's about training your nervous system, increasing blood flow, and reawakening sensitivity that may have dulled over the years. To begin, find a quiet, comfortable space where you can be undisturbed. Sit or lie down in a relaxed position. Start with slow, steady breaths to calm your nervous system. Then, gently begin to stimulate yourself, not with the goal of finishing, but with the intention of feeling. Feel the temperature, the texture, the subtle changes in sensation. Bring your attention to each part of your body as you move. This simple act of awareness starts to rewire the connection between your brain and your genitals, one that weakens with age and disuse. When you focus deeply like this, you allow your body to send stronger signals to your brain. You retrain your arousal response, making your erections firmer and more responsive over time. It's also a powerful way to reduce anxiety around performance. By removing pressure and embracing the process, you begin to rediscover pleasure in a more grounded, controlled, and confident way. Breathing plays a vital role here. As you stimulate, inhale deeply, and as you pause, exhale slowly. This rhythm not only enhances relaxation, but improves oxygen flow to the pelvic region, which supports stronger and more sustained erections. Over time, practicing conscious stimulation 2 to 3 times a week becomes like physical therapy for your arousal system. You're not just touching your body, you're retraining it. Many men are surprised at how much sensation returns once they stop rushing and start tuning in. You'll likely notice not just stronger physical responses, but also a deeper emotional connection to your body, something that brings greater intimacy to both solo and partnered moments. Now, once your body begins to reawaken, it's time to feed that energy directly into the erectile tissues, where strength is built. That's exactly what the next technique is designed to do, and once you learn it, you'll understand why so many men call it a game changer. Technique 2, gentle compression, boosting blood flow naturally. Once your body begins to reawaken through conscious stimulation, the next essential step is to strengthen blood flow directly to the erectile tissues. That's where gentle compression comes in. This technique may sound simple, but when done correctly and consistently, it becomes a powerful tool to improve the strength, fullness, and reliability of your erections without medication. Gentle compression works by encouraging blood to flow into the shaft of the penis and stay there longer. Think of it like physical training for your erectile tissue. By applying just the right amount of controlled pressure, you stimulate circulation, increase elasticity, and improve the responsiveness of the tissue over time. It's not aggressive, and it should never cause discomfort. In fact, the goal is to feel warmth and fullness, not pain. To begin, stimulate yourself until you reach about 50 to 60% of an erection. Apply a small amount of water-based lubricant to reduce friction and make the motion smoother. Then gently wrap your hand around the base of your shaft. Not too tight, not too loose. Slowly move your hand upward toward the tip as if guiding blood forward. Breathe in as you move up and exhale as you release. This motion should be deliberate, slow, and repeated for about 10 to 15 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week. This isn't about climax, it's about conditioning. You're helping your penis become more responsive, more durable, and more naturally active. Men who practice this regularly often report not only better erections, but also improved sensation and control. With time, you'll begin to notice that you stay firmer, longer, and that your confidence during intimate moments increases as a result. And here's something many men don't realize. This technique also strengthens the pelvic floor muscles, because they're naturally engaged during this process. And when those muscles get stronger, everything else improves too. But what happens when arousal starts to build too quickly and you want more control over the timing? That's where the next technique comes in, one that's all about managing desire, extending endurance, and turning stimulation into strength. Let's explore it now. Technique 3, arousal control, training for endurance and timing. Now that you've improved blood flow through gentle compression, the next step is learning how to control that growing energy. Many men over 60 struggle with climaxing too soon or losing firmness too quickly once arousal peaks. That's not a failure, it's simply a lack of training. And like any part of the body, your arousal response can be trained and refined. That's exactly what arousal control is designed to do. The technique is simple, but incredibly powerful when practiced with consistency. You begin by stimulating yourself gradually until you reach about 70 to 80% of your arousal threshold, the point where sensations are intense but still manageable. Right before the point of no return, stop all stimulation completely. Shift your focus to your breath. Inhale deeply, hold it for a few seconds, then exhale slowly. As you do this, notice your heart rate slowing and your arousal level easing back down to around 50 or 60%. Once you feel in control again, begin gentle stimulation again and repeat the cycle 3 to 5 times in a single session. This practice helps your body learn how to ride the wave of arousal without being overtaken by it. With each session, you build more awareness, more control, and more confidence. Over time, you'll find that you can last longer during intimacy, maintain firmer erections, and experience deeper satisfaction. Not because you forced it, but because you trained for it. And there's another unexpected benefit. As you become more skilled at managing your own arousal, anxiety naturally fades away. You're no longer fearing the moment. You're fully present in it. That shift alone can change the entire experience, not just for you, but for your partner as well. Now, with this energy building inside you and your control getting stronger, there's one more place that needs your attention. It's a hidden center of power that most men overlook, but once activated, it can take everything you've learned so far and multiply its effect. Let's unlock that next. Technique 4, pelvic floor activation, unlocking your hidden power center. Most men are never taught that the real foundation of erection strength lies deep within the pelvic floor. This hidden group of muscles, located between the anus and the scrotum, plays a crucial role in achieving, maintaining, and controlling erections. As we age, these muscles tend to weaken from lack of use, leading to softer erections, quicker climaxes, and even urinary issues. But the good news is, you can reactivate and strengthen this entire region with one simple method: targeted pelvic floor stimulation. Pelvic floor activation begins by bringing your awareness to the perineal area, the space between the scrotum and anus. Start by finding a quiet, comfortable place to sit or lie down. Take a few deep breaths and allow your body to relax fully. Then, using 2 or 3 fingers, apply a small amount of water-based lubricant and begin gentle circular motions over this area. You don't need pressure, just steady, intentional contact. This motion increases blood flow, awakens nerve endings, and signals the pelvic muscles to engage. After a minute or two, shift to light, rhythmic tapping. This stimulates deeper vessels and tissues that are often neglected. Finish by using light pressure, pressing into the center of this area for about 3 to 5 seconds before releasing. Repeat several times, always breathing deeply and focusing your attention downward. What you're doing here is retraining the muscles and nerves that support your entire sexual function. It's subtle but powerful. With just 2 to 3 sessions per week, most men begin noticing increased firmness, better stamina, and even greater sensation during arousal. The real magic of pelvic floor work is how it connects every part of the sexual system, from blood flow to nerve signaling to muscle control. When this area is active and strong, everything else starts working better. You feel more grounded, more alive, and more in control. But there's still one more key to lasting results, and it's not a technique, but a way of living. Because if you want these improvements to last long-term, you need to support your body every single day. Let's talk about the daily habits that lock in your strength and make it stick. 5. Daily habits, building a foundation that lasts. You can practice every technique we've discussed, but if your daily habits are working against your body, the results won't last. That's why this final technique isn't about what you do once or twice a week. It's about the small, consistent choices you make every day that either support or sabotage your sexual health. And for men over 60, these choices matter more than ever. Let's start with nutrition. Erections depend on blood flow, and blood flow depends on the quality of your circulation. Foods rich in zinc, omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins like D and E support healthy testosterone levels and improve vascular health. Think fatty fish like salmon, dark leafy greens, nuts, berries, avocados, and olive oil. At the same time, cutting back on processed sugars, fried foods, and alcohol can make a noticeable difference in how your body responds to stimulation. Movement is equally essential. Physical activity improves circulation, strengthens the pelvic floor, and helps regulate hormones. Even a brisk walk for 30 minutes a day, combined with light bodyweight exercises like squats or stretches, can keep your system firing on all cylinders. And don't forget Kegels. They may seem simple, but they train the exact muscles you rely on for erection control. Sleep and stress management also play powerful roles. Getting 7 to 8 hours of deep, uninterrupted sleep allows your body to repair tissues, regulate hormones, and recharge your energy. Chronic stress, on the other hand, elevates cortisol, which can suppress sexual function. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or even listening to calming music before bed can help reset your nervous system. Finally, stay connected. Whether you're in a relationship or not, emotional intimacy and open communication are linked directly to performance. Isolation can weaken confidence, while connection and emotional safety can reignite desire. These daily habits don't require perfection, just presence. The more you nourish your body and mind, the easier it becomes to maintain everything you've built through conscious stimulation, gentle compression, arousal control, and pelvic floor work. Now that you've learned all 5 techniques, there's one final message I want to leave you with, because this isn't just about restoring function. It's about reclaiming something deeper. Let me explain. 6. Psychological relaxation, releasing the mental weight holding you back. While physical techniques are vital, true sexual vitality can't be fully restored without addressing the mind. Psychological relaxation is often the most overlooked part of a man's sexual health, yet it holds some of the most powerful keys to long-term strength and control. That's because your mind and body are not separate. They speak to each other constantly. When your mind is tense, anxious, or filled with self-doubt, it sends stress signals to your body that can constrict blood vessels, reduce sensation, and cause you to lose your erection before you're ready. That cycle can quietly repeat for years, unless you break it with intention. The goal of psychological relaxation is to reset your nervous system, calm the mental noise, and create a space where arousal can build naturally and confidently. It starts with breath. Find a quiet moment in your day, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. Repeat this pattern for several minutes. You'll begin to notice your body softening, your heart rate slowing, and a sense of calm replacing the background stress. Once your breath is steady, bring your focus gently to the pelvic region. Imagine every breath bringing fresh energy into this area and every exhale releasing old tension. Then begin silently repeating positive affirmations. Say things like, I am strong, I trust my body, or I am in control of my timing and my pleasure. These simple phrases may seem minor, but they create powerful shifts in your mindset, and over time, they help retrain your emotional response to intimacy. You can also enhance this practice by adding calming music, essential oils, or soft lighting. These sensory details further relax your body and prepare your mind for connection, whether alone or with a partner. By creating safety and calm inside, you allow arousal to grow without pressure, and that is when real confidence begins to return. Now that you've reconnected with your body, strengthened your blood flow, mastered control, activated your core, rebuilt your habits, and quieted your mind, there's just one final truth left, and it's the one that matters most of all. Keep watching. 7. The power of emotional connection, reclaiming intimacy beyond performance. For many men over 60, the focus on erections can become so overwhelming that it overshadows something even more essential: emotional connection. And yet, it's this very connection that holds the key to deeper arousal, longer-lasting intimacy, and a renewed sense of manhood. When intimacy is reduced to performance alone, it creates pressure, fear of failure, and emotional distance. But when you shift your attention to connection, real, honest, heart-to-heart connection, you begin to rediscover what sex was always meant to be: a shared experience, not a solo performance. Emotional connection begins with vulnerability. That might sound uncomfortable, especially if you were raised in a generation where men were taught to hide emotion. But here's the truth: allowing yourself to be seen, heard, and known doesn't make you weaker. It makes you more confident, more present, and more alive. Whether you're in a long-term relationship or exploring new ones, open communication is one of the most powerful forms of foreplay. Sharing your feelings, your fears, your needs, and your desires fosters trust. And trust unlocks arousal in a way that technique alone never could. When two people feel emotionally safe, everything changes. You relax, you breathe easier. Your body responds more freely, and suddenly, erections become less about proving something and more about expressing something. This emotional shift is what allows physical techniques to work better and feel more meaningful. It also reduces anxiety, boosts testosterone naturally, and deepens the pleasure of every touch. If you're not currently in a relationship, emotional connection still matters. It begins with self-respect, treating your own body and your own needs with care, attention, and honesty. Emotional intimacy with yourself creates a foundation for healthier, more fulfilling intimacy with others when the time is right. This final technique isn't about doing more, it's about feeling more. And when you combine emotional connection with the physical strength you've been building, you don't just restore your performance, you restore your power. Now that you've discovered all 7 of these life-changing techniques, there's one last thing I want to leave you with, something most men never hear, but every man needs to know. Stay with me. Conclusion: your strength is still within you. You've just learned 7 powerful techniques that go far beyond temporary fixes. From conscious stimulation and gentle compression to pelvic activation, breathwork, and emotional connection. Each one plays a role in rebuilding what time and silence may have taken from you. These aren't tricks, they're tools. They awaken blood flow, restore nerve sensitivity, strengthen your control, and most importantly, reconnect you with your body and your confidence. This journey isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming your strength on your terms, at your age, with your wisdom. Every man deserves to feel alive, desired, and in control of his own pleasure. So take what you've learned and begin today, not tomorrow, not someday, right now. Because you are not done, you are just getting started, and your best, most connected years can still be ahead.